Alright, so yesterday I come back from work. I had left this running all day. Normally I was shutting it off. I installed it last Saturday. It's now the following Saturday, so 8 days. It ran 7 days. Yesterday it died while I was at work. Low batteries. Okay, that was the low battery code. I forget the code now. Took the batteries down to the shop last night, charged them up overnight. Come in today around probably about 11:30, 12 o'clock. Brought the new batteries up, hooked them all up, and I've been fighting with it ever since, trying to get her to run again. Because after I hooked up the batteries, she didn't want to work. I got this E-06 code, I think it was, which was the igniter. So I changed out the igniter. Sure enough, the old igniter was bad, so it probably went for a shit yesterday, and that was part of the problem. Okay, good enough. The thing ran beautiful, warmed up the place, shut itself off, and then it wouldn't come back on, no matter what. So I got an E-06 code after that for some reason. Okay, well, what the heck's going on? So I changed the board, thinking that the hall sensor was bad, and it turned out that even after I put the new board in, it still wouldn't work. Messed with it, farted with it, played around with it, couldn't figure it out. Finally, after about 3 hours of mucking around and checking this, checking that, shortening my wiring harness and everything so I had proper power flow, you know, like, because the factory wiring is really skinny. And someone said it might not get enough amperage, you know, and so on and so forth, and keep shutting off. So anyway, blah 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 blah. Long story short, the fan, at some point it must have heated up pretty good yesterday while I was at work, because the fan had worked its way out. There's about a 2mm gap, and it's not seeing the hall sensor on the old board or the new board. Whacked the fan back in a little bit till I got about 1mm of space. Now she's working fine, except for that noise. Sounds like shot bearings. I'm hoping it's something to do with the new board's programming. And what I'm going to do after it shuts itself off is I'm going to put the old board back in and just see if that takes that noise away. Because there's obviously nothing wrong with the old board, I don't think. Anyway, one way or the other, I'll find out if the old board is good or not. It'll either keep making that noise, which means the bearings are shot after a week of running. And when I say running, I mean like 3 hours at a time, 2 or 3 times a night. That's it. I hope the bearings aren't shot in this thing right from the factory, because even for $250 I should at least get a winter out of it before it keels over and dies and I have to buy a new one. But anyway, hopefully if you're getting the OE6 error code, your hall sensor, check your gap between your sensor and your magnets. If the sensor is off, okay, if you're looking at, I'm looking at the end the heat comes out of right here, okay? Your fan is on that end, okay? So if you're looking at it from this end, your hall sensor is on your right side, just past center. It hangs down a little bit. It just looks like a piece of plastic. Your magnets should come past that, okay? If there's more than a 1mm gap, tap your fan back in, because a fan is pulling air this way. So if it gets hot enough, it's going to float that way on the shaft. I know this as a motor mechanic. Alright, so anyway, hopefully that fix right there helps a lot of people. Okay, ciao for now. Bye bye.